Hi, I'm Declan,
Hi, I'm Calum.
and today we're talking about the issues that face the LGBT plus community and how this can affect our mental health.
Am I? I don't know yet.
So how can the way we see ourselves affect our mental health?
The way we see ourselves, I think we have a very specific idea about who we are. Outside factors, society, our friends, even strangers kind of have their own ideas about who we are. And if that's at odds, that can have a really negative impact.
And what about some of the labels that people put on us?
Labels come with a lot of expectations, so somebody may say, oh, because you're a gay man, you have to behave in this way, or because you're a lesbian woman or a transgender person, you have to behave in certain ways, and those don't always match who we are. And the same can be said for things like body image. There may be certain kind of expectations of the way we present ourselves or the way our bodies look. Labels can also come with an awful lot of negative connotations. Sometimes the word gay is so often, even today, thrown around as an insult, but really all you should think about is what that word means to you, because at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
So you mentioned friends and family, so what about some of the challenges about coming out to them?
You can never fully know how that person is going to react, so that can come with a lot of stress and anxiety. And you see a lot of people out there, they'll come out to their friends or family and they will turn around and say, oh, we knew that all along. And that may not be something that you want to hear.
So sometimes we can have a negative reaction about coming out.
Don't let one person's negativity derail you on your journey to, coming out and being your happy, genuine self. Even if the person you're coming out to doesn't accept you, there will be other people that do. And if there's somebody in your life who you know is already quite accepting of you or of somebody else, I think that's a good place to always start.
So where can you get that sort of support?
So obviously you can turn to your friends or family, but it doesn't end there. You can look to your school, you can look to teachers, or you can turn to a service, one like Childline.
And did you turn to anyone in particular or anything?
I went to my family first, who were very accepting, and that gave me the courage to come out to friends. And once you get over that first hump of coming out to somebody, it gets easier each and every time.
So if you do think you have a mental health issue, who can you look to for support?
I think if you genuinely think that there might be something wrong, then it's important to kind of seek medical advice, whether that's from a doctor or a healthcare professional or something like that.
So people's attitudes to the LGBT plus community are changing, but there's still a long way to go. So how do you think we can break the stigma?
It comes from conversation with, fellow members of the LGBT plus community, but I think it also comes from having conversations with people from outside that community. Sometimes we're met with negative reactions to our sexual and gender identities, but those negative reactions are often rooted in ignorance. And I think sometimes if it's safe to do so, then it can actually be really, really beneficial to actually have a conversation about what that is and what that means, because I think, understanding is how we make the world a better place.
So when you're young, dealing with LGBTQ plus issues and dealing with mental health can be a lot. Do you have any advice around this?
Society has this kind of like cookie cutter blueprint, and when you're LGBT plus, you don't necessarily fit that blueprint. There's a valuable resource out there, and it's older LGBT plus people who have gone through it. Go listen to the things that they went through, because you'll often find that the things that they were feeling, you're feeling now. And I think just seeing somebody else out there who's gone through the same thing, it kind of gives you that reassurance that there's not anything wrong with you and you're absolutely fine. And I think the wonderful thing is that there are more and more LGBT plus celebrities and influencers and YouTubers and things like that. Sometimes just looking for an icon, a role model, somebody to look up to and aspire to can really give you a kind of sense of confidence about who you are.
Thanks so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
See you next time.
See ya.